With just 5 days to go and no deal in sight, the federal government is in danger of shutting down, and that could potentially impact tens of thousands of military service members right here in San Diego, as well as federal workers who now face the threat of mass layoffs. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. CBS 8's Richard Allen is here now with more on the local impact of a shutdown and how thousands of San Diegans who don't work for the federal government could also bear the brunt. Richard.
Well, Steve, that's right. There are currently more than 47,000 federal employees here in San Diego County, some of whom are now at risk of losing their jobs, according to the White House, as well as more than 100,000 active duty service members here who may have to temporarily forego a paycheck until a new spending bill is signed.
We are just 5 days away from a government shutdown.
On Tuesday at midnight, the current federal fiscal year officially ends. And with no deal in place, federal government workers are at risk of mass layoffs, according to the Office of Management and Budget.
If the government shuts down, it's because they wanted it to shut down. It is because they refuse to negotiate in good faith with any of us.
Many of the 47,000 federal workers here in San Diego are represented by the American Federation of Government Employees, which told CBS 8, quote, "Federal employees are not bargaining chips. They are veterans, caregivers, law enforcement officers, and neighbors who serve their country and fellow Americans every day. They deserve stability and respect, not pink slips and political games." San Diego's federal employees are not the only ones at risk of being impacted if the government goes dark.
We're fighting for health care in the budget. That's our priority.
Today in Oceanside, California Senator Adam Schiff and Congressman Mike Levin, who represents North County, said the failure to clinch a funding deal ahead of the September 30th deadline will drive up health care premiums. Currently, there is no plan in place to extend tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, which is set to expire at the end of this year, something that Democrats are fighting for in the budget.
In Oceanside, for example, a family of four, a medium family of four, they can expect their premiums in the marketplace to go up by $952 for the year. Almost a $1,000 increase.
In response, President Trump today rejected those demands.
Well, what they're really asking for is they want to pay for illegal aliens that have come into our country by the millions and get onto the rolls, and they want to pay, and our people don't want to do that.
Also this week here in San Diego, California Senator Alex Padilla called for an immediate bipartisan spending deal, highlighting the need for more immigration court resources.
We need a new federal budget. In that budget, we should have additional resources for immigration judges and their support staff.
And as for San Diego's more than 100,000 active duty service members, if a shutdown happens, they'll be expected to report for duty. But unless Congress passes specific legislation to authorize their pay, their paychecks will be suspended until a spending deal is reached and signed into law.
Richard, I have to imagine a lot of people have questions about what kind of issues are going to happen if this does go into effect. And one of those has to be Social Security checks, because that comes from the federal government as well. So is that safe?
Well, it is. Social Security, Medicare, that will continue uninterrupted. Also, some other federal agencies, immigration enforcement, air traffic control, they will also be business as usual. But again, those employees may have to forego their paychecks until a deal is reached, and then they would get back pay once that deal is signed.
Boy, a lot of seniors here need that money, so
Absolutely.
that is a relief to hear that. Yes. At least. All right, we'll hope a deal gets done and none of this matters.
Yes.
Richard, thank you very much.